PlayStation 5แล้วก็มีกล้องแล้วก็มีไมค์ไม่รู้ว่าเสียงอะไรจะออกมาเยอะไหมเซตค่าสำหรับคนตาบอดสีเลยเทรดเดอร์ฮะเป็นเกมที่เลือกความยากได้แบบละเอียดมากเลยมั้งเป็นสไตล์ CRPG หรือ Classic RPG เอ่อแต่พวกนี้ไม่ค่อยคุ้นนะเล่นไม่ค่อยเป็นเหมือนกันอันนี้ให้เลือกคาแรคเตอร์เหรอเหมือนโลกเทรดเดอร์จำไม่ได้ว่าในรอจริงๆของ 40k คืออะไรแต่มันเป็นพ่อค้าหรือไงสักอย่างเพราะตามชื่อโลกเทรดเดอร์ อ เนี่ยแล้วแต่ละตัวจะมีเทรดแต่ละตัวไงอาร์คไทป์เป็นโซเยอร์ถนัดด้านอาวุธที่เป็น range weapon background ของตัวละครก็มีเป็นแอสตามิลิเทอรัมมาก่อนเป็นทหารมาก่อนแต่ว่าโดน brand of shame คือเหมือนโดนประนามว่ะโดนตีตราประนาม ability regiment tactic รันเดินกันเชื่อรายละเอียดเยอะจังวะเนี่ยมีแบบมี additional บวก20บวก2คูณ PER bonus perception เหรอเป็นเปอร์เซ็นต์ damage โอ้โหตัวนี้เป็น operative background คือ dead world อยู่ในโลกอยู่ในดาวที่ทุกอย่างเป็นภัยdead world ประกอบอาชีพเคยเป็นอาชญากร Apex of Brilliance อันนี้ Warrior อยู่ Dead World เหมือนกันเป็นคอมมิสซาร์มาก่อน
นี่ใช่แค่ปรับแต่งตัวละครเองเหรอ
ความจริงมันให้เราสร้างใหม่เลยก็ได้นะแต่แบบสร้างใหม่ได้เลยก็มีรูปพอร์เทรตให้เลือกappearance หน้าตาอย่างไร
เล่นกับป้าไหม
เลือก home world ได้เลย
มันนี่ไงหาป้าบอกนี่มันนี่
มีให้เลือกเป็นไซเคิลด้วยในโลกของ 40k มีพลังจิตอยู่จริงไหมมีโอ้โหเลือกคลาสอีกเยอะจังวะมึนอะไม่เป็นไร
นี่มานี่ชอบนี่เหรอ
Lance batteries, volley!
เอาตัวที่มันมีให้ดีกว่า
ไปมันนี่วิไม่ยอมก็นอนกับป้านี่ไงบอกเป็นว่าจริงๆ
Time to reap the spoils.
Let our weapons be true.
Let my...
We need to investigate.
ต่อไปเลย
I don't need
I always keep my options.
Empyrean.
มีเสียงเฮเลติก
Send
ด้วย
their souls to the void.
Fire at will!
Fit for the Von Valancius annals. For the glory!
Watch and learn.
วอยยานเหรอแล้วมันต่างกันยังไงวะ เล่นครั้งแรกแล้วงงแล้วเนี่ย มีตั้งชื่อยานด้วย ตั้งชื่อตัวละครไม่เป็นไรเอานี่แหละ
An excellent place for contemplation. One has the best view of the cathedral from here. Mesmerizing, wouldn't you say? An impeccable manifestation of the God Emperor's sublimity.
เริ่มมาก็ให้เลือกเลยเหรอ
Allow me to introduce myself. Conrad Voigtveer, Master of Whispers, in the employ of Her Ladyship rogue trader Theodora von Valancius. At your service. I haven't had the pleasure of speaking with you in person before. My regards, Lieutenant General. The Astra Militarum is the hammer of the God Emperor, isn't that what they say? Well, it is likely that fate will give you ample opportunity to demonstrate your talents as a commander. I will be frank with you. You may forget your past titles, no matter who gave them to you, or what their origins are. From the moment you and the other candidate were brought aboard this void ship, your fate changed. You now serve Lord Captain Theodora von Valancius, and carry the burden of an heir of this house. Henceforth, you share your dynastic name with Her Ladyship. Bear it with honor. To put it plainly, I am the head of the network of spies and informers who serve the interests of House von Valencius. I uncover weak links both among Lady Theodora's retinue and in the ranks of her rivals. I eliminate our vulnerabilities and exploit those of others. I would rather not discuss the Lord Captain behind her back. Especially not on board her ship. No one knows better than I that whispers are wont to attract particularly close attention. So that you may fulfill your blood duty. Whatever obligations you had before, they are henceforth null and void. By order of the Lord Captain, you have been requisitioned to serve the rogue trader. Indeed, blessed by the god. I see that you are shocked. Yes, you understood correctly. Lady Theodora's authority indeed supersedes that of those whom you obeyed before. The Lord Captain's power is so great that she is capable of performing unthinkable feats, such as changing the fate of a servant. There is, and you will meet him soon enough. Such are the traditions of the Imperial. Lord Captain is the title that was established in the annals of the Lex Imperialis, at the time when the first rogue traders entered the Gold Emperor's service. And therefore... But of course, I have come to invite you to a meeting with Lady Theodora. I imagine you have many questions for your patroness, and I'm sure she has just as many. The Lord Captain and Master Ethelthrad von Valencius are conversing on the observation platform.
A new challenge for me. None shall stand in my way.
One of the von Valencius trophy rooms. Perhaps you would like to take a look around after your audience with the Lord Captain.
What's happening?
Run! The servitors have gone berserk!
I'll see you terminated!
turn base
I shall not fear. All too easy. Already done. Not a problem for me. Suits my purposes. All too easy.
What suspiciously poor timing for such an accident. Servitors malfunction on the officer's deck at exactly the same moment when the rogue trader and her heirs are gathered here. I have blocked all passages between the upper and lower sectors of the residential decks. If this is a deliberate attack, it should stop the culprits from... I'm afraid I must remain here. For Lady Theodora's safety, I have to oversee the execution of these orders personally. I hope you will have no difficulty reaching the observation platform on your own. It is just at the end of this corridor.
Follow my lead.
That is simply irrational, Lady Theodora. Assimilation into the trade structure would be political and economic suicide. Practically an admission of heresy.
Then suggest an alternative that will satisfy me. I have described the situation. No worse than my seneschal could have done. Make a decision. What will you do with Ion 6, Edelthrad? Our second candidate has joined us. Approach and give me your answer.
Ah, มีรายละเอียดให้ตอบซะด้วยไหมเนี่ย
Consider this hypothetical situation. Ion 6. A new world on the fringes of the Coronis expanse. High seismic activity, regular magma eruptions, metamorphic rock deposits, prospects for large-scale mining. The world is populated by natives who worship some heretical underworld spirits that protect those who offer them sacrifices. Flights of fancy, you might say. But attempts to install ore extractors have failed for the second time. The mining crews sent to the planet's surface simply vanished overnight. My question to you is, what would you do with this poisoned treasure? Thorough, but presumptuous. It took me a great deal to find one psyker who could serve me well for many years. Yet you speak of several.
Sanctioned psykers are rare and valuable instruments of the Golden Throne. Or do you suggest that we use heretics, who are an offense to the God Emperor's light? It would be rather careless of you to utter such profanity in the presence of his faithful servants. insolent, ignorant upstart. How dare...
Edelthrad, I believe I gave you an assignment on this ship. Explain to me then why my senior congregator is still dawdling about the officer's deck, instead of proceeding to the middle decks to commence the inspection of the compartments in his purview.
I beg your forgiveness, Lady Theodora. Your presence has such a profound effect on me that I well forgot the time.
So, why are you here? Clarity. A luxury that few of us can afford. There is a reason why I did not explain all the details of the question I posed to you earlier. Beyond the borders of the Imperium, seldom is one granted an opportunity to enjoy information in abundance. This, however, my name is Theodora von Valancius Massimo of Scaris. I am a rogue trader in the service of the God Emperor of humanity, and my rights and freedoms are vindicated by a most sacred relic. The warrant of trade, kept aboard this very vessel. Mine is the honor to venture into the darkness, beyond the Imperium, and carry humanity's light where powers wicked and heretical reign, and bow death. It is my decision alone to determine the fate of whatever I find past the bounds of the explored void. Every world I discover, along with all there is to find thereon. Resources, people, riches, and mysteries, is mine by right. I command millions of... Oh yes, you would be, wouldn't you? The question is, am I ready to choose you over the rest? You came aboard hours before the warp jump, and have not yet distinguished yourself in any way. As things bloodright alone is not enough to earn the high honor of becoming the bearer of a warrant of trade. Nonetheless, your abilities and talents may yet prove useful. If not for the role of Lord Captain, then for that of their closest ally. Alas, even those responsibilities can at times be too challenging for those who share your blood. Kunrad Voitvir served me for many years before he made his mistake. His kinship to me is most distant, as is yours. Nonetheless, he does bear the name von Valancius, even if he avoids using it publicly, and as such, strictly speaking. Naturally, some have yet to arrive on board, but you have had the pleasure of meeting one of them. Edelthrad may be somewhat disconcerted by the scale of the responsibilities that may potentially fall upon his impatience. I am rather fond of impatient people. Service in the Astra Militarum is a trial from which very few people emerge with their life. That you have risen through the ranks of the Imperial Guard and assumed command of an army is a testament to your astuteness, both on... Moreover, your courage has made you far more famous than you yourself probably realize. True feats of heroism will I have some time before the Navigator gives the signal to initiate the Void Ship's translation out of the warp in my presence. Sometimes I forget. Vessels such as this one are capable of leaving real space and traversing into the warp, an otherworldly dimension of cruel and unthinkable forces. Observe, learn, absorb. It will take time for you to find your bearings aboard the Rykad system, the domain of rogue trader Winterscale, one of my peers. I set the course for Rykad on the demand... Is that so?
Lady Theodora, for the God Emperor's sake, surely you do not intend to start repeating idle rumors spread about...
Enough, Abelard. Such hearsay amuses me. Idira eagerly retells me everything. You can start by not asking questions. In that case, I shall head to... Disturbances reported on the adjacent decks. Seneschal, if the need arises...
Death will find you soon enough!
Don't touch me!
Follow my lead.
My faith strengthens me for the glory of the Imperium!
Reduced to dust. Why is it?
My masters!
Enjoy your luck while you still draw breath. Already done.
Death to non-believers!
Such is the will of chaos!
One fewer target.
Stay vigilant.
Brace yourself, Abelard.
Suits my purposes.
You could do worse, but not by much.
I serve the ruinous power! Chaos guides me!
Ah, pain and duty go hand in hand. My place is at the fore. Reduced to dust.
Follow my lead.
Never wavered in the face of adversity. Not a problem for me.
Mort, take a team with you and clear a path to the transport line. Do not let a single whoreson survive. Didn't bat an eye when that scum burst onto the deck, huh? Not bad. I have seen many an officer who panicked.
From what we have seen, I can speculate that we are dealing with some variety of madness induced by warp travel. Such episodes are not uncommon among voidsmen who have found themselves outside the boundaries of real space. Though, such episodes seldom...
Oh, the casters are not working, or have been sabotaged. Either the warp is toying with us, or someone went to great lengths to cut the ship's communications. I will need a direct channel to the...
Trust me, this is hardly surprising for a crew.
Sporadic riots on the lower decks never reach these compartments. No. Possibly. Quite likely. Mort has gone on ahead to clear a path for us. If you want to make yourself useful, go after him and see if the Arch-Militant requires aid. And be quick.
It's about time.
Thank Providence you are alive and well.
Always on time, eh, Kunrad? The moment we finish chasing the riffraff around the deck, you show up. Always just after the fighting's...
Mort, hold yourself together.
What, did the Lord Captain send you to chivvy us along? We're all done here. I'll report right away.
Master of Whispers, what is happening on my ship? The Voxnet is silent. The Voxmaster is not responding. Armed assailants have stormed the officer's deck, and my arch-militant just destroyed several more heretics on the way here. Is this a severe case?
I have not yet received word from the Engineering regarding any Gellerfield failures, but communications were already unstable half an hour ago, and now they have ceased altogether. Whatever the cause may be, the consequences are spreading fast. I am receiving scattered reports from the middle decks, and the only voxcasts from the lower bays are one-way heretical gibberish. That the madmen have already reached the officer's deck suggests that this outrage...
Lunatics, fools, heretics. This ship houses thousands upon thousands of people. Pernicious thoughts and warp-induced delusions could have tainted any one of them. It is a difficult notion to accept, but such... First, we have to confirm that the bridge and the navigator's sanctum are secure. Edelthrad, where is he? I must know if he is unharmed. A psyker aboard a ship that is potentially being assailed by the warp could pose a greater threat to himself and others than a whole army of madmen with improvised weapons.
I tried to locate him, but the last thing known about his movements is that he arrived on transit...
Blast it! Master of Whispers, find Edelthrad immediately. Seneschal, locate Tlas and the Sister of Battle. Both are to remain at my side. Arch-Militant, with me. I must go...
If I may, Lord Captain. Transitional Deck 18 is at the heart of the disturbance.
Then it's settled. Find Edelthrad and bring him here. In whatever state you find him. This elevator leads to restricted compartments such as my personal chambers and the bridge. Do not let me down. I require you both. Do you understand? Not everything in your power. You will do as I say.
Are you ready to head to 18? It is a long walk, and you do not even have proper gear. Of course you will. Lady Theodora would never... Careful, careful. Be gentle with our guest. She has an important mission to complete during our visit to the Warren Chamber, and for that, I need her breathing. Oh, you are back with us, I see. Delightful. How perceptive of you. I'll help you with the next insight. I need you here for your blood. We are in the anteroom of the Warren Chamber, this void ship's most hallowed vault. There, beyond those gates, lies the relic that gives Theodora all of her power. The sacred Warrant of Trade. Only one obstacle remains on my path to obtaining it. The gates of the chamber are guarded by the Sentinel, an ancient device that will only open the door to a true heir of the dynasty. I expected to do this part myself, but never mind. You will offer your blood to the Sentinel. On the contrary, the Warp's blessing has raised me too much above your kind, Fon Valencius. The Sentinel refused to submit to me. But you can help. After all, isn't that what family is for? Wretched. What do you know about wretchedness? Theodora's cur. Are you hoping to buy a grain of her indulgence with your blind loyalty? Oh, I know this delusion. But thank the gods it no... Once my work is done, I'll make that pompous wench Fon Valencius watch as I sacrifice her entire dynasty and commit their fate to the gods. And you will be the instrument by which I will accomplish this righteous act. Did you forget something? I suggest you hurry.
High levels of caustic humors. The subject is in a state of heightened stress. Do you require assistance? Request accepted.
another way!
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Escort the child of the house to safety. Distance from the current location to the nearest arsenal. Initiating situational calculations. Voxcast frequencies disrupted.
Faster! Restore communication with the navigator's sanctum! I am trying to contact the bridge! If anyone can...
Communication protocol. Temporary obnubilation following acute stress. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel standing by. Mobile unit of the Warren Sentinel designed as a personal escort of the child of the house and a means of communicating with the rogue trader's subjects. Mobile unit middle and upper decks. Assuming the probability of safe placement in areas of concentration of armed units. Calculating. To prevent unauthorized units from breaching the warrant chamber, preemptive sealing must be initiated. The mobile unit will start executing the received order immediately after the safety of...
A new challenge for me?
Mistress? What? Whatever are you doing in the warrant chamber? How did you... Throne preserve me! What is the meaning of this? What? Serving the gods of the war? Kunrad is a heretic! Oh, Voidfear, you void rat. Madness. And this mutiny is likewise his doing, no doubt. Saint's blood! And it is small wonder that the heretics are... You're in a bad way. I can treat your wounds. I have a Medicaid kit with me. And, for the love of the throne, now is not a good time to be walking around the decks without means of self-defense.
Victory awaits. I won't tolerate weakness.
ตอนนี้งงระบบควบคุมอะ
Follow my lead. We must act.
What advice do you seek?
We shall.
We are the spearhead.
We must act.
I
tire of.
What advice?
Doubt is for the.
We are the spearhead of the Imperium.
We must act. They say a little bit of humility never hurt anyone.
Look no further.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
This wound will make a fine scar.
Back into the fray.
That is a noticeable improvement. Now you're prepared for the trials. The lower decks are teeming with heretics instigating the rabble to revolt. But that is not the worst of it all. All these jolts and shaking are most alarming. These are signs that the navigator and the master helmsman are having difficulty translating the ship out of the warp and into real space. I fear that they may have already lost control. We must reach the navigator's sanctum and get a handle on the situation. You sent me a Vox message. Specifically, a Vox cast on the officer's frequency, which I had the good fortune to receive. You mean to say you did no such thing? Warren Sentinel? The Lord Captain barely ever ventures down to the chamber, and I was at her side only once or twice when she did. The Warren Chamber is an ancient and rather sacred mechanism that the ship's tech priests treat with the utmost reverence. I assume that whatever it is that you did, Lady Theodorus. Which one? The last one I received was about the Navigator's Sanctum during warp transit. The Sanctum is... I am no helmsman. If we get thrown off course, we will be forever lost in the war. Naturally, we would likely not have long to live in that scenario. But I will not resign myself to such an act. Come.
To arms, loyal sons and daughters!
The Lord Captain is calling her crew to battle, which means the...
Don't you dare to cross us!
Your Emperor won't save you!
All too easy. You didn't stand a chance.
I took care of this one.
Indeed.
Death to the weak! Out of my way!
I've suffered worse.
Bring ruin!
Already? Opposing me was your biggest mistake.
Reduced to dust!
Any challenge for me?
What advice?
I'm always ready. We shall...
I'm at your service.
It's about time.
Look no
doubt is for the weak.
เล่นแล้วเหนื่อยเหมือนกันนะ
ทำไมอะ
มันต้องเหมือนเป็นเกมกระดาษอ่ะพอก่อน